Hello everyone, I am coming to you today with Goodman Insurance Agency. If you have not first liked and followed our page, please do so. I am coming to address a question that a lot of people have, righteously so, because we are not taught this in school. What is whole life insurance? Even with clients who already have a policy in place, when I come and help them, they still have this question. What is this that I have? I know what they told me that it does, but what exactly is it? There's so many different types of life insurance. How is whole life insurance different than term insurance? How is it different than universal insurance? And so that's what we're going to be addressing today. So the ultimate goal is for when you end this video, you can answer that question. What is whole life insurance? So if you go to your family function, if you go to work and it comes about, then you can share this knowledge, because it's very important that people know which type of life insurance policy that they have, because there are 3 different types of life insurance policies. So today I'm going to start with the first one, and that is going to be the whole life insurance. So whole life insurance covers typically someone's burial coverage, their cremation coverage, their funeral expenses. So here in North Carolina, our average burial typically costs about $10,000 to $12,000. Now with inflation, I am willing to bet that also those prices have gone up to be about $15,000. There are projections out there on what that cost could get in the future. That's a different day. But they definitely, they cost about, I would say now $12,000 to $15,000 for a burial. And then if you would like a cremation, typically about $5,000 to $7,000 if you are having a service, okay? Now this is if you are having everyone come and, mourn your loss at the funeral home. You've got those extra fees. So to make sure that your family has enough money in place when you pass, we do not know when our last day is. And, in fact, it could very well be tomorrow. We do not know. So whole life insurance is there for when you unexpectedly pass and your family is being asked, what would you like to do with the body ultimately, right? So, and there's 1 or 2 ways legally you can, and I say legally, dispose of a body, because I've had many people tell me, I told my family just to bury me in the backyard. I told my family just to tie a cement block to my ankle and throw me in the river. I just got that one yesterday, actually. So, which I'd heard that before, but it was fresh in my mind because just yesterday someone told me this. Now, these are people who are not preparing to take care of this financial burden for their family. These are people that are going to allow that financial burden hit their family. And ultimately, the funeral home, you guys, in all honesty, they're going to want payment before they handle your body. This is a known fact, okay? So whole life insurance is a type of insurance that pays out when you pass away, and it takes care of the cost that the funeral home endures whenever they go to handle and dispose of your body, okay? So with whole life insurance, it's just what it says it is. It lasts your whole life, okay? So it will never expire before you do, okay? So no matter if you pass at age 65, 75, 85, 90, 99, your policy is going to pay out as long as you are honest on the insurance application. I'm going to give you, at first here, we're going to talk about the specific features of these, this whole life insurance, and then I'm going to give you a couple of little tips and tricks for when you are settling in on whole life insurance, what you need to keep in mind. So first, let's start with the features. Whole life insurance lasts your whole life. It will never expire before you do. It's always here to pay out. Second feature is you pay a monthly premium for a whole life insurance policy. The monthly premium will always be fixed. So if you settle in at age 25 and you get $50,000 in coverage and you pay $85 a month, then at age 25, that policy of $50,000 is going to be that $85 a month at 25, and it also will be that same price when you're 50, 60, 70, and 80 years old. Now, the third benefit of this life insurance policy, whole life, is it builds a cash value. So every month as you pay your premium, a small portion of that money, that cash, goes to a cash value pot, okay? This cash value pot can be accessed, and it can be accessed in multiple different ways. Very dangerous to go messing with your whole life insurance cash value if you do not have an agent to advise you through the process. Keep that in mind. If you have a loan on your policy, you need to reach out to me as soon as possible, okay? So that's the third benefit there, your cash value pot. Now, the fourth feature of majority of whole life insurance policies are going to have a reduced paid up portion on the contract. Majority, not all of them. But if you get the right type, you want this feature. You want this type that has this. So reduced paid up is to say, if I take this policy out at age 25, pay $85 a month for $50,000 in coverage, this feature is going to give me the opportunity to freeze my life insurance policy in the future and stop paying, but freeze it at a certain death benefit amount that will be lower than the original $50,000 I planned on. But the benefit of this reduced paid up feature is I'm not going to pay on this policy anymore. So if I get to age 55 and my reduced paid up is about $32,000, then I can call them and I can say, I can do the paperwork. I would like to freeze this policy. So that is an amazing feature for some people who need more coverage in their younger years, like we typically do, than they do in their elderly years. So when you get to that retirement age, no kids in the home, you don't need $50,000 to pass down anymore potentially. Maybe you only want that $30,000. I'm good with that. And you would rather stop paying. Freeze it. It's there when your children are needing that money after you pass away. Your nephews, your nieces, families, whoever is your beneficiary, that reduced paid up whole life insurance policy will be sitting with that company. Okay? So, and those are going to be, I would say, the four main differences in how a whole life insurance policy works and how it is different than the term and the universal. Okay? Other cool features that are just additional to these whole life insurance policies are riders. You can add on a children rider, a disability rider, a waiver of premium rider. There's many different things: accidental death benefit rider, nursing home rider, chronic, critical, and terminal illness riders. These are all crucial riders that some companies give away for free that you won't attach to your whole life insurance policy. Now, in the whole life insurance policy realm, there are two different types of coverage that you can get with a whole life insurance policy. The first type of coverage is going to be immediate coverage. This is coverage where when you pay your first premium, and some companies, before you even pay your first premium, your death benefit will pay out if you pass. That's immediate coverage. This is what we want when we go to buy insurance. There is also that second type of whole life insurance coverage. The second type is a graded or a modified benefit. Now, graded and modified benefit are two different things. They function two different ways. And we will make another video. I will make another video and I will get that information out to you guys as well. How is modified whole life different from graded whole life? But for the purpose of this video, we're only doing two different types because those are similar, but they're not the same. these are not the same. The two different types of whole life insurance are not the same here, which is the simplified issue. That is the immediate coverage. And then we have that second type, and that second type is the graded or the modified. This policy, no matter how it's set up, whether it's modified or graded, it is going to give you a certain percentage of money in the first 1 to 2 to 3 years, depending on the company and depending on the product, will depend on if it's a 1-year wait period, a 2-year wait period, or even a 3. Some companies have had a 4-year wait period before. I do not work with any companies such as, and I hope no one else does either, but these policies, you will pay your premium each month, and a certain portion will be paid out in that wait period, is what I like to call it. And so your wait period could be a 1st year or a 2-year wait period. And so those policies are typically for certain individuals who have high risk health concerns, and the life insurance companies are not able to take on such a high risk case and give them immediate coverage. And so they put that wait period in there, okay? So if you're in a wait period though, some of these companies, I'll just add this for the purpose of this video because we're talking about whole life and we're talking about the types of coverage. Some companies will put you in a wait period, and I've seen some agents that happen with some agents, unfortunately so. They will have you in a wait period policy, but you are healthy enough for immediate coverage. The important thing here is you cross-check and you make sure that if you are ever in a whole life insurance policy contract and your period is a wait period of a year or 2-year wait period, most of the time it's going to be 2 or 3 years, you want to message our team and have us look into all of your health concerns and all of your options, because what one company would give you a wait period policy on, another company will issue you an immediate coverage policy on. And I'm talking about health concerns here. So definitely cross-check that with our team, and we would love to make sure that you're in the right type of plan and you're not waiting on any funds. I myself have had a gentleman who unfortunately did have to be in that wait period policy, and he did pass away in the 1st year. We actually made it to that 12th month, and he was able to receive all of the premiums that he paid into it plus 10% on top of that. So you get a return on your money with those policies. It is not the end, you know, if you're in that place, because 10% return is more than any bank account and a lot of our investments can do these days. So that's okay. But I have gone through all of the tips and all of the features that I have wanted to go over. I hope you are able to distinguish specific things about these whole life insurance policies, and you're able to take this knowledge and go forward with it, and keep it in the back of your mind for when you're looking for a policy. And for anyone who has never been quoted, you don't know how much it would be, our prices are based on our age. So the sooner you get a quote, the sooner you're able to see your options, and the healthier you are, the cheaper your life insurance will be. I would love to be here to help you with all of that, and I hope you all have a blessed